Good morning. So in our COVID world, I don't know about you, but anytime that I get that little tickle in my throat or that headache when you get up in the morning, you're kind of like obsessed with it. And listen, I'm going about my daily routine, hopefully the same as you are, wearing a mask when you need to wear a mask, sanitizing, washing your hands. But we thought it was kind of important to come into Healthy Planet today and to kind of explore maybe how we can boost our immune system, because we are getting into cold and flu season and with everything else that's going on. So happy to be joined by Simone, product specialist here at Healthy Planet.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Simone. Okay, so we're going to do a few things. You have a number of products on the table here, and we don't want to generalize. We kind of want to focus in on a couple of them. When it comes to immune boosters.
Okay.
Do you want to start, like vitamin C is the common one that everybody kind of knows. Why is vitamin C so good for you?
Vitamin C is so very good for you because, again, it's just one of those antioxidant supporting vitamins. Helps us with our cold, flu, even for our skin, it's great. So it's kind of our best friend.
Should we be taking it every day?
Yeah, that's a safe one to take every day.
Okay, what shouldn't we be taking every day?
Shouldn't be taking every day.
That people tend to take every day.
Tend to take every day? This guy, oregano oil. Everyone just gets really excited about oregano oil, especially during the cold and flu season. They're like, oh, it's September, kids are going back to school. It's time to just keep taking it every day. It's gonna prevent me from catching a bug. Totally get it, but the thing is, oregano is a very strong antimicrobial herb. So it kind of acts like a natural, what would you call it, an antibiotic. So obviously we wouldn't take antibiotics every day, so that's why we can't take oregano oil every day.
Vitamin D. What does vitamin D do for us?
Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so every time you're looking for a vitamin D, you want it to be emulsified in an oil. So sometimes that's an MCT, an olive oil, depending on the brand. It helps as a hormone regulating vitamin, so you usually see that for mood boosting. That's why I call it our sun vitamin, and we start to smile. Helps us during the winter time, and also is great for immune and bone.
So there's two different types here. So there's one like droplets, and then there's more of a tablet. Is there a difference between those two?
Not necessarily. What this usually is, sometimes it just starts off as a preference. So not everyone likes to take pills. Understand why? Who wants to be taking 5 million pills a day? So you'll go with the liquid. Also, it's from an absorption standpoint. So for people dealing with absorption issues like diverticulitis, IBS, anything like that, you want to take the liquid. It's faster, it's easier. It's only one drop, 1,000 IU under the tongue.
Amazing. So there's a couple different products. We're going to be spending the morning here with Simone here at Healthy Planet in Oakville, but there's locations all around the region that you can come and check out. And it's a beautiful setup, and the store is nice and colorful, and there's lots of fruits and veggies behind us. So let's go in and explore those fruits and veggies when we come back and get Simone's ideas on what's good to be eating to boosting that immune system on Morning Live. Welcome back to Healthy Planet in Oakville, just one of the various locations they have spread throughout the region. And you think Healthy Planet and you think supplements. And we tackle kind of the supplement train in our first segment back with Simone, who's a product specialist here at Healthy Planet. But there's fruits and vegetables. We can be getting so much out of this stuff that we kind of take advantage of or don't use it to our benefit sometimes.
I feel like fruits and vegetables are the easiest way to get in our micronutrients, so that's the minerals and vitamins, because these are things that we eat every day, right? So just grabbing a little bit of green, a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, best way to keep you at optimal health. So I always tell everyone you should be eating the rainbow.
So what's included in that rainbow?
Rainbow, peppers, very high vitamin C. Just basically what's changing them is like beta carotenes, and then those red antioxidants. And then we have the green stuff that's really good for your liver.
Is there a difference between green peppers and red peppers?
Just honestly, it's just those phytochemicals. So like a beta carotene, which is like the precursor for vitamin A, it's going to be higher in something that's red or yellow than versus something that's green.
And something that's interesting with peppers that a lot of people don't know, when you compare it to oranges?
Yes, higher vitamin C.
We just always think that oranges are just the winner when it comes to vitamin C. Good to know. Okay, mushrooms.
Mushrooms. I feel like these guys are like kind of a bit of an underdog. in the food world. They're super high vitamin D, great source of protein. For vitamin D, actually, if you leave them out in the sun, they will increase their vitamin D levels by almost 300%.
Mushrooms are like a polarizing thing because some people don't like them,
No.
right? Does it matter the type of mushroom when it comes to healthy status to them?
Not necessarily, but there are definitely breeds of mushrooms that are more seen as medicinal. So that'd be like chaga, reishi. Those ones we're seeing more on the supplement side, whereas your typical cremini or your portobello is going to be in the food area.
I just want to scoot over here because most healthy planets do have produce.
Not all of them.
Okay.
You're seeing that more in more of our newer locations. Our standard is that every single one of our produce items are organic and local if when possible.
Garlic?
Great antimicrobial, still strong and effective, but it is something you can have every day, not very unlike oregano oil.
Okay, you can be eating garlic every day.
Every day.
And then can you have too much garlic and then you're sweating out that garlic?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You want to be sweating out that garlic. You might lose some friends, but you're going to be healthy as
But
heck.
yeah, healthy as a horse.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take another break back with Simone when we come back because it is getting, now we're back to school, back into that cold and flu season. And she's got some great tips for you, some great supplement ideas when we come back to Healthy Planet Morning Life. We're getting into cold and flu season. Okay, kids are back to school. So how can we help boost that immune system and help us through cold and flu? Back with Simone, product specialist here at Healthy Planet. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Okay, we talked about mushrooms like fresh produce mushrooms. What's the product here that we started on?
Okay, so before I had mentioned briefly about medicinal mushrooms. So we're looking at chaga, reishi, even lion's mane. So those are the ones that are doing immunomodulating action. So what that means is like someone who, for example, has a hyperactive immune system, so they're allergic to everything, body thinks everything's trying to kill them, it brings it down. And for someone that has an underactive immune system, always getting sick, it will bring you up. So it makes everything normal.
Why would you take, let's say, something like this supplement actually over regular mushrooms, just eating fresh produce?
You would be taking this to get more of that therapeutic action. So it's a therapy level dose, you're taking it every day, and you're gonna see those, basically it's gonna be a reflection of how fast it's gonna work.
Okay. Multivitamins here on the table?
Yeah, so I feel like the everyday person in the Western world, we're always on the go, sometimes can't get in all of our meals in a day, can't get in all those like nice 3 square meals with all the colors I was talking about in produce. So this is a great way just to support the body, especially during this time where you're seeing more cold and flu. Has a nice range of vitamins and minerals, and this specific brand is actually formulated by herbalists. So you get in a couple herbs to support immune system hormone balance.
And it's kind of centered around a man and a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
So that one you'd have like, let's say maybe stinging nettle to support prostate, and you'll have black cohosh and vitex to support estrogen levels.
Could kids have that, or is there actually?
No. Kids cannot have these ones.
Okay.
This brand doesn't have, but another food-based vitamin that's similar to them does have one that's specifically for kids.
Do you still have like the Flintstone vitamins? I don't know. That's
those are full of sugar.
That's where my mom went wrong. But look how I turned out, Simone.
You're great. Skin looks great. Everything's great.
Perfect. We'll get into, you have some herbal teas here. Let's take a break and we'll kind of dive into that world. There's something called elderberry. We'll kind of explore that. Echinacea when we continue here at Healthy Planet in Oakville, but there's locations throughout the region. All right, one last segment here at Healthy Planet in Oakville. And yeah, we're focusing on cold and flu because we're into that season and any type of product that can help us out. And we're with an expert. Simone's been with us all morning long. I've been calling you a product specialist, but you have a much fancier title than that.
Yeah, so I'm a holistic practitioner. That's the schooling I've already finished, and I'm training as a clinical herbalist.
Okay, what's the difference between those two?
So holistic practitioner is kind of like a broadband person who serves all of the holistic world.
Okay.
So I've done energy medicine, so that would be like Reiki, but I also focus on kind of like these things, like supplements and plants, and taking that way of
What do
doing
we do wrong when it comes to cold and flu? What's the one thing, a common trait that you see over and over again?
Biggest thing I see is everyone actually stops taking their cold and flu meds after they don't feel sick anymore. And even though you still feel great, your system is still going through the motions. So we still have to support the body even after we feel better. So I usually recommend people take stuff at least a week after.
This was elderberry tea. What is elderberry?
Elderberry is from the elder plant, Sambucus nigra. It is a plant that is antiviral, and the flowers also are diaphoretic, so that means it helps with fever as well.
Because there's a number of elderberry products here when it comes to cold and flu. And why is it so good for you when
It's so good. It's super antiviral. It has some of the highest antiviral properties as far as a plant. And it's safe to use every day. Like that's something you can use as a juice, you can use it as a syrup, even as a tea.
Okay.
It'll just depend on how effective it is and how fast it's gonna work.
Where do I know echinacea?
Echinacea.
Okay. Do we have echinacea anywhere?
Yeah, we do. We have
is
some
it?
here in a tincture form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is echinacea so good for us?
Echinacea is immune boosting. So like how I said, the mushrooms were immune modulating, those guys are actually boosting. So this isn't something I would take every day, but definitely if you feel like something's coming on or coming into that season, that's something you can take more often than, let's say, the oregano oil. It does stimulate the production of our lymphocytes, which help with our immune system.
Right, and better than Flintstone vitamins.
Way better than Flintstone.
Good job. Listen, this is your first time on camera?
Yes.
Yeah, you did really good.
Thanks.
Simone was really nervous, but you did good. You did good, everybody, didn't you? No, you're great. Thanks for all the useful information. I know right now, as we're into cold and flu, and we're all in this COVID world, and boosting our immune system is just a great way to do it. Not just with supplements, but we were also talking about eating the rainbow through fresh produce, and they have that here at Healthy Planet in Oakville and a number of their locations around the region.